Have you played mobile game before? Have you bothered by the high latency and low download speed? With the 5G technology, you may not need to worry about these problems anymore. The 5G will introduce a new change to the mobile game industry, and the next generation of mobile game may be a huge difference compared to what you are playing nowadays. So before we go into depth of the change of the mobile game, let's introduce 5G first.
So what is 5G? 5G is the new generation of mobile network standard. It can provide unprecedented quality of the mobile network. There are three major usage scenarios of 5G. The first is URLLC, which is ultra-reliable low-latency communication, which is expected to work for autopilot and industry fields. Because 5G can provide such low latency, the autopilot and the industry work can be more precise with 5G. The second is MMTC, Massive Machine Type Communications. This is a scenario of Internet of Things by utilizing the high connection density of 5G. Finally, EMBB, Enhanced Mobile Broadband, which is what we will discuss today, an enhanced mobile network rather than 4G. By using 5G's low latency and high bandwidth, the experience of using 5G network can be better than any former generations. EMBB is the scenario that is suitable for the mobile games. So what are the features of 5G? Well, there's a lot, but connection density, bandwidth and latency will be the features of 5G that we focus on. First is connection density. Within 1 square kilometers, while 4G can only support 10,000 devices, 5G can support 100,000 devices. That not only means the scenario that the network doesn't work in the crowd won't occur anymore, but also means the industry field can use this feature to deploy full automatic production line. The second is bandwidth. Under 5G, the bandwidth that the users can daily use is around 100 megabits per second, while 4G is only 10, which means people can enjoy the ultra high quality stream videos like 4K with 5G. It also means the conception of cloud gaming will be possible with 5G. Finally, latency. The latency of the network under 5G is expected to be under 10 microseconds, which is 10 times lower than 4G. With such low latency, the network that people use will be much more smoother than before, and the information exchange can be more frequent than in 4G.
Now you may have a picture of the 5G technology. Let's come back to the mobile game. Compared to normal mobile apps, a mobile game attributes more to the graphic rendering and game logic. When playing the game scene needs to be rendered according to the user performance. How does this work? A typical mobile game architecture is a client-server model. There are two different types of client-server model. The first one we will introduce is called server-centric model. A typical server-centric model involves two main roles, server and the client. The client will send a command to the server, such as moving a character. When the server receives the user action, it will process the user action and generate information such as updating the user position or gaming status. This information and game sync will be compressed and sent back to the client. When the client receives the encoded update game sync, it will decode the stream and use its hardware to render the video stream. However, this model has synchronization problem due to latency issue. As all the game logic is processed at the server side, the synchronization issue may lead to unfair game. For example, for combat and shooting games, the display should respond to the user's events extremely timely. Thus, over-delay may lead to unfair game, as players may have different states of games. So, in order to solve the synchronization issue, we introduce a model called client-centric. You can also call it a heavy-set client, as the client will now process more compared to the server-centric. Compared to the server-centric, which the server processes all the gaming logic, the client-centric embed all players' game logic at the client side. The client only needs to deliver message to server when there's an update of its gaming status. Server will then pass the message to other clients, thus reduce the requirements on the bandwidth, as server is only responsible for managing players' information and message passing. The client-server model is popular as all the administrative activity is centralized, and thus it is easy for the game providers to manage the game. But how will 5G change the client-server model? Firstly, as we discussed, the latency may cause the synchronization issue and affects the user experience. When the delay is about 500 milliseconds, the users will feel uncontrollable and would like to quit the game. On the contrary, if the delay drops to 50 milliseconds, then the users will feel no delay and the player could act and react for urgent change. So, 5G will absolutely improve the user experience as it provides a lower latency and a delay less than a millisecond. The higher bandwidth in 5G will introduce a higher download speed and hence improve the speed for transmitting the compressed package from server to client. But how about the hardware constraint? 5G will now provide an opportunity for a mobile game infrastructure which will help to solve this problem. It is called mobile cloud gaming. For mobile cloud gaming, the user will pass the user action to the server. The virtual machine is first created in the cloud to simulate the gaming environment. The game content server will process the user's interaction directly. Once a player logs into the game server, the game content server will accept the user comment and verify the connection. The game engine server will then initialize to access user's account data and start to process the gaming logic and render compute-intensive game scenes. The game streaming will then encode the rendered game scene. The video stream will send back to the client. After receiving the video stream, the same client only needs to decode the video and start to load on the mobile phone. So, the current challenge for the mobile cloud computing is that the cloud mobile gaming has a high requirement on the bandwidth and latency on the network. The user interaction which transmits from client to cloud server requires a low latency, and the video stream received from the cloud server requires a high bandwidth. For mobile cloud gaming, with the real-time video stream transforming in between clients and cloud, 5G will offer the clients a better experience because of the faster download speed. Furthermore, it implies a higher quality video can be embraced in the mobile cloud gaming. 5G provides low latency will also benefit the mobile cloud gaming. There are three major delays involved in the mobile cloud gaming. They are network delay, processing delay, and playout delay. As 5G provides a low latency and a delay less than a millisecond, this implies that the time difference between user action and server interruption, which is network delay and processing delay, will be significantly low. 5G can solve the compatibility issue. As mobile cloud gaming adapt a virtual machine and set up the gaming environment inside the virtual machine, it does not require much on the hardware of the mobile devices and also ensures that users can play the cloud game on different platforms such as Android and iOS. Finally, the edge computing, which is a key technology under 5G, will give power to mobile cloud computing. For each edge node, they can now perform rendering the game scene and pass the user actions to the server. This reduces the workload for the cloud server, and users can access the resource from the closest node. Therefore, 5G will play the key roles in the mobile gaming industry, since 5G supports low latency and large bandwidth. With the emergence of 5G technologies, The traditional architecture such as client-server model will be largely benefit from the development of 5G. It will also unlock the opportunity for the emerging mobile cloud gaming market by providing a fast real-time processing speed for the large video stream transfer between users and server.